It's time to draft. And I don't know what draft we're doing yet. We're going to jump straight into the Underdog app using promo code Smitty. I'm going to drop the link right now. If anybody wants to get in, all you have to do is click this bad boy right here. Click that link or download the app and you use code Smitty, but the link inserts code Smitty for you. You'll get 50% match on your first deposit and a special pick dropped right into your account. And we're going to be going live here in a second. What draft should we do? Let me scroll through and just take a little gander. Appreciate you all being here. We'll have open phone lines in a second, but I'm going to go into the lobby. I'm going to swipe through on the cards here. Okay? And we're going to go into, let's see if they have any of those 15-second drafts. So they don't. Let's go into a weekly winners. Okay, click on it. Click the green button in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's roll.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks. You're watching a
graveyard stream.
Appreciate everybody being here. Open phone lines in just 1 second, and we'll discuss whatever you want. We got a lot of stuff to talk about from today's news show. So, actually, this is not the news from today. We talked about panic chamber running backs. We can discuss that in a second, but we're still awaiting this. We're still talking about this. There's still a lot of good stuff on screen to discuss, but Tyreek Hill was a point of our topic on our Panic Chamber episode. If you didn't get check out the Panic Chamber, make sure you go check out that Panic Chamber episode. Let me see if we can put this draft up on the screen here. We've got a weekly winners draft that we jumped in. It looks like we're just about full on it. And phone lines are open. Dial in. Gabriel says Smitty is relentless and proves great analysis. What a combo. Thank you. Provides great analysis. What a combo. Appreciate you, Gabriel, for the kind words. Bijan times Hurts equals instant win. I love the combo, bro. I love that combo. We've been smashing that combo a lot lately. Okay. We are a go, ladies and gentlemen. Your boys drafting from the 7. We've got, who do we have in here? Let's see here. Okay. The test. I haven't seen the test in here in a while. Let's smash it and do it live. Dynasty Pittman and Jameson or Jalen Waddle. Give me Jalen Waddle. And that's coming from somebody that's not like as high on Jalen Waddle as the average bear. You know, so I think that says something, right? Hall times Hurts, I love that too. I mean, you know what I love? To draft the Matrix. You know who I love? Drafting Trey McBride.
Once upon a time, Trey McBride saw two quarterbacks cross streams.
There are 2 5s?
They're gonna cross streams.
He worked effortlessly trying to accomplish this feat on his own. Then, one day, he crossed his 4th and 5th round average draft position. And then, this occurred. Get McBrided.
Get McBrided, baby. Get McBrided. Okay, so number 1 overall was Christian McCaffrey. Number 2 is CeeDee Lamb, Jamar Chase. This is weekly winners, meaning there's no playoffs. There's no Week 17 championship. There's no points race. It is literally draft one team, and each week using the one team. You don't get to redraft or drop anybody or trade anybody or add drop, nothing. The team you draft right now, every team that wins the week gets $20K. Every team that gets second place each week gets $10K, I believe. Then 9, then 8, then 7, then 6, etc., etc. So, yeah, now we're here, close to getting on deck And your boy is looking. Smitty, pick 2 out of these 3. Waddle, Evans, Debo. For redraft, I'm going to say probably Evans and Waddle are pretty close to me. I guess I lean Evans slightly. Evans should be in round 3. Debo and Evans, I guess. All right, I'm on the clock. Let's go Breece Hall. Doing it live. Jack of all trades in the building. Appreciate you, buddy boy. What do you guys think? That's too long, Anthony. I'm sorry that happened to you, or I'm excited for you, whichever one applies. I've won a big one time in with the most BS team, says Alex. Sorry about that. All right, let's go. Jahmyr Gibbs, like it. I like it. Puka Nacua. Gibbs before that. St. Brown before that. Breece Hall before that. A.J. Brown, Tyreek Hill, Bijan, all the way up to Chase, CD, and number 1 was McCaffrey. MHJ, followed by this 12 pick. Who are you going to get? I think Justin said he's in Rush. Where are you at? Oh, you're the one in the 6th spot, Justin. Okay, good. Nice work. Anthony, I'll try and look at your question here. Weekly winner draft: Hurts, JD5, Bryce Young, Bijan, Brooks, Harris, Benson, MHJ, Terry McLaurin, Watson, Lockett. Yeah, that's really good, bro. Nice work. I have the 1.1 Evans, Waddle, Debo. Nice job. All right. Damn. It's a tough one. It's weeklies. I got Hall. I'm going to go Henry. I'm going to go double RB here. Now, we are kind of in a snipe city. So, but in that, HN and Kyron do go higher in weekly winners because of their explosion upside. So people that go, oh, Kyron's going to get hurt, they're more apt to take him, and then it drives the value up because you're talking about a player that can have the most points out of any player in fantasy football in Kyron. QB1, AR5, wide receiver 1, MHJ. Okay, nice work. I can't really review too many teams in the comments, guys. We're drafting. Nice work, though. Looks pretty good. Skimming it looked good. Got the new decals in. New decals in. These stickers are pretty awesome. 7 picks away. Kelsey, JT, Debo, DK, Devontae Adams, Josh Allen, Sam Laporta. It's an interesting team there at the end, or at the beginning there, the 1.1. I mean, 3 really big scorers. CD, Devontae Adams, you know how I feel about Adams. You know how I feel about Waddle, so not really loving that team, but it's good. I mean, there's 3 good wide receivers, but Adams is not for me. I mean, weekly winners is a little better, but I still believe there's problems in LV, man. I don't think it's going to be consistent. Bijan, Debo, and who? Hurts, I like it. JT, Tyreek, and who? To test who you're taking here. I like Tyreek a lot in weeklies. I sometimes feel like he's the number 1 just because he can have those huge games. Pacheco, okay. Mahomes, so here. I guess I'll go Olave. It's not bad. He's usually like it's pretty good value here for him. I don't mind that. You guys like Jamar Chase at 3 overall in weekly? Sure, Anthony. How could you not? I mean, he could be the number 1 wide receiver, bro. Amon-Ra, Drake London, and Aiyuk. Okay. Gibbs, Achane, and Smith. I like that. Puka, Saquon. Nice. Who you gonna pair with Puka and Saquon? Dell. Okay. Marvin, Kyron. Pittman. I don't like Pittman in the 3rd round at all. That's really early. That's really early. JJ, Garrett, Cooper Kupp, nice. I mean, look, I don't love 3 wide receivers as much as I do balance, but look, when you pull that off, it's really good. Look, it's a really solid team. That's a really, really good squad. And we'll see what your RBs look like, though. I like my team so far with the Breece Hall, Derrick Henry, Chris Olave. I'll tell you that. Olave, I just hope gets some consistency, man. I'm really hoping Rattler's the real deal. He really, really could be the real deal. Okay. This one's tough. I don't mind Neighbors here. I hate him in the 2nd round, but this is pretty decent value. I'm gonna go Neighbors. I normally don't draft him. Mike Evans, Amari Cooper, Dalton Kincaid. Phone lines are open.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Let's go. Henry over JT. Why not, Brandon? Why you got a problem with Henry over JT? Talking about weekly winners, my guy. I think Henry could have more blow-up games than JT. Henry's going to have much higher value in weekly winners. What's up? Justin, Travis, try calling in again. I don't know why I didn't answer. What's up, Justin?
What's up, buddy? This is an honor to be drafting with you guys. This is my first time drafting with you guys. It was hard to get in the first 2. Like, you guys are snipers just to get in.
You know, it's funny you say that because, like, there's some people that get in every one. You know, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, there's a science to it because I remember one of the times I missed one or whatever, it was like there were like 4 people, and I'm like, how the hell did I not get in? Like, I was so confused.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to go Stroud here. That's pretty good value at quarterback. So Stroud, Neighbors, Olave, Derrick Henry, and Breece. I have no stackage yet, but in weeklies, I'm not as concerned. If anything, it's more important to have the game stack even than anything else if you had to pick, I think, in weeklies. But, I mean, think about it. Weeklies, you're like trying to game stack any week is really what it's about. And if anybody doesn't know what game stacking, it means you have like 2 players in the same game. They don't have to be on the same team. And so you could have a stack and with the game stack. So I'm never truly trying to force myself to stack anything, to be honest with you. You guys know that about me. But I very much don't mind. Look, I like Sir Dev's team in the 9 spot. Travis, trying again. I don't know why it's not letting me add you. Try one more time. Let's see. I like Sir Dev's team. Gibbs, Achane, Devontae Smith, Trey McBride, and Kyler. That's really good. I think everybody's team looks pretty good, though. Puka, Saquon, Tank, Dell, DJ.
Is Travis in the draft?
I don't think Travis is in the draft. You're not in the draft, Travis, right? No. I don't know how I feel about I like my team, though. I mean, it's not my favorite team. Things didn't quite fall the way I wanted it, but Breece Hall, Derrick Henry, Olave, Neighbors. I normally don't draft Neighbors, but the 4th round, I'm fine with that. Neighbors and CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
The thing I was actually calling about was that I know people are low on Carr, and I'm not a fan of Carr, like, in fantasy or anything, but last year he could barely throw the ball. He was hurt all year.
Kyler? Yeah.
And he was dumped. No, Derek Carr.
Carr.
Yeah. He was dumping off to Kamara a lot, which he'll still do. He likes to dump off, but I think if he's actually healthy, he'll get the ball to Olave this year. If not, Rattler's going to get a chance. So I think Olave has a much better outlook than he ended up with last year.
Yeah.
Still risk, but
I can get behind that.
Like we've seen Carr, do enough to have Devontae Adams put up a really good season. You know?
Yeah, I can get behind that. I'm hoping Rattler's the guy, though. I don't trust Carr, though.
That'd be ideal.
I can understand what you're saying, but I definitely don't trust him. All right, let's see here. No. Hold on one second. Let me make this pick here. I got Hall, Henry, Olave, Neighbors, Stroud. Man, it's weeklies. Should I go Mixon here just because it's weeklies and I got Stroud? I don't know. Maybe I should.
Not a bad move.
Maybe I should go Kamara. I'm gonna go Kamara. Mixon isn't bad. I just they're both really good in weeklies and they're both tough to bank on in non-weeklies. Kamara's a pretty good third running back in weeklies. Like even if he has let's say I think he's gonna have a fresh month of football. I'm hoping he has more than that, but I think Kamara is definitely going to be rejuvenated for a little bit of time. I just don't know that he can put it all together for 17 weeks, but that's what's great about weeklies is you have some other players step up, and then
all right.
Yeah, the Adela is great in weeklies, Anthony. He's very good. I almost went Mike Evans even though I said don't draft him, but I said don't draft him. This is a perfect example of like panic chamber, like evaluate, like where the values fall is what determines the risk. I almost went Mike Evans, but I went Neighbors instead. I don't think you can really go wrong with either one. There's a risk to both of them, but at least with Neighbors, I know he'll have big games. I think he'll be very inconsistent though.
Right.
But I think he will have big games. So I'm fine with that, and Olave is kind of the same thing. The only problem with my team is having them all have big games together. But
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think either Neighbor as a 4th is cool. Like they fell to the 4th, so it's all good to me.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good value at the end of the day. Okay, Dak just went. Jordan Love just went. Joe Burrow went around before that. Getting close to my pick again. I really enjoyed those 20-second drafts. I really hope they do more of those. That wasn't just a test run or something. It made drafting so much more enjoyable. I could crank out a bunch of drafts that way. So I'm really hoping they... Let's go. You know what, man? I'm gonna go BT. I think BT has some nice spike weeks. I think he's capable of having those big time 100-yard touchdown games and then have some inconsistency. Again, I'm drafting a team that I gotta hope they all do it together at the same time. It's wild. Riley says 10-man grandma, Tyreek number 1, HN 2-3 turn. Sure. I mean, if you're lucky, HN. I mean, he should in a grandma league and 10-man. Yeah, for sure. I go Kyron and HN with Tyreek and build the Matrix. Riley, have you seen the Matrix? You know what the Matrix is, bro? I hope you have. Hope you've been paying attention.
Ain't talking about the movie either.
Oh, by the way, hey, Beverly Hills Cop's out, right?
Yep, I'm pretty sure.
Can't wait to watch it after
Double
this.
check it.
I'm gonna pop open a celebratory Mexican Coke because I've been cutting back on those, and I'm gonna watch Beverly Hills Axel F. Right? Beverly Hills Cop Axel F.
Yep.
It's on Netflix. It dropped about, I guess, like an hour and a half ago.
Let's check right now.
Yeah, so it should be up there. I'm gonna go stream that bad boy. Let's bring down Netflix, man. Let's all stream it at the same time. Jump into Axel F live stream. Don't think JJ and Chase were going super high. People were still hesitant to grab rookie wide receivers early a few years. I don't know what you're talking about, Mr. TD. Probably talking to somebody else.
It's not up yet.
Thank you. Right, it's not up yet. What?
It just says coming Wednesday still.
Maybe it's midnight, whatever time zone you are. You know, maybe they go off your time zone.
It's 1:30 here though.
Oh.
It's an hour and a half past midnight where I am.
What in the hell? All right, I'm almost on the clock here. Oh, here I am. I'm on the clock. Ferguson's there. That's nice. Damn. I guess I'll go Fergie. So, my team is as follows. Not my favorite team. I tell you guys, I don't always love my team. I don't always think it's the best team in the draft at all. When I do, I'll let you know. Believe me. But Breece Hall, Derrick Henry, Olave, Neighbors, C.J. Stroud, Kamara, Brian Thomas, Jake Ferguson. I like it. It's good. It's not the best. I really like Sir Dev's team. It's a very Smitty team. Jahmyr Gibbs, Achane, Devontae Smith, McBride, Kyler. I don't love the Godwin pick. I like the Zach Moss pick a lot. I like the JSN pick a lot. It's a really good job, bro. Really good. Let's look at Justin's team. You're number 6, right? A.J. Brown, Travis Kelce, Mahomes. Okay, I like it. Mike Evans, that's great value. Christian Kirk, Mostert, Monty, Deontay. Yeah, I mean, I love the beginning. I love the top 4. I'm not a huge fan of Kirk and Deontay, but
I know you.
If you like them, do it. You like it, do it live. Don't worry about me.
Deontay is that like, Thielen is just like so old. So I question if it's like, okay, I haven't heard anything about getting back on that field yet. So is there a period of time in which this is just the only guy? Like, you know what I'm saying? And this is weekly, so like, what if in the first 3 weeks is just the only guy? Like, they're getting the tight end up to speed. Jonathan Brooks isn't out there yet. You know?
I don't know, bro. I mean, even if they throw to him, he's got to catch it. So, like, I don't know I don't know, bro.
I can't buy him.
I'm not doing it.
Every year I hear people tell me to buy in on him.
I won't do it. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
I guess I think it's out 3 a.m. Eastern time, 12 Pacific.
Okay. So that's good for me then. That means by the time I get off the show,
Yep.
I'll be close to being able to. I don't know if I'm going to go too much past this draft because I've had kind of a long day. I've also been out in the sun a lot, the backyard, getting the last part of my backyard finished. I did most of it, all of it last time.
That.
But I'm just getting the side done because it had a bunch of gravel, and our new dog gets gravel everywhere into the turf, and it's just a mess. It's been a disaster. I wish I would just completed all of it at one time. But once it's complete, I'll be doing those live streams out in the backyard. I think the poll shows, a lot of those we'll do in the backyard. Now that I got it all nice, and it looks like that 12 pick is, look, I had some pretty decent running backs, or a decent running back in Najee and Connor. Dallas Goddard. All right, I'm on the clock. Yeah, you know who I like in weeklies a lot, and I don't even really draft him anywhere else. Tua.
Yeah.
And like you asked that question the other night, I love drafting all the Miami Dolphin players on one team, or a significant portion, like Achane, Tua, Hill, and I'll even draft Waddle if he was to fall, but he won't. Just because I think Tua's like one of the more capable, like 4 touchdown passing quarterbacks. Even if he could have bad games, even if they screw up at the end of the year, regardless, it's like Tua, that offense is so electric. Like at any moment they could have these huge monster games. So I kind of liked grabbing Tua. So team so far is Breece Hall, Henry, Olave, Neighbors, Stroud, Kamara, Brian Thomas Jr., Jake Ferguson, Trey Benson, Tua. I like my team. I don't hate that team. I don't hate it. Do I love it? I don't know. Do I hate it? Nope. The test has Tyreek Hill, JT, Pacheco, Cooper, Andrews, Joe Burrow, Rome Odunze, Jamison Williams, Tajay Spears, Javonte. Not bad. Not too bad. Let's look at this team too. All these wide receivers. CeeDee Lamb, Devontae Adams, Jalen Waddle, Zay Flowers, George Pickens. Not saying they're bad receivers. I'm not. But is this worth it, ladies and gentlemen? Is the sacrifice this team's making from the 2 spot gonna be worth it? Let's find out, Johnny. What did he win? He won Joe Mixon. Not bad value that late. Worthy, he goes back to wide receiver, goes back to Rashee Rice. It's just smashing away. Brock Bowers got 1 running back, no quarterback yet. Zeke Elliott, no thank you. Dowdle, no thank you. Trash running backs. You know, if Mixon can stay healthy, you've got 1, but what if he doesn't? How are you going to win with that? Do what you want. I'll go Dotson. Jahan Dotson, please report to the Fantasy Football Show. Chris Olave, Neighbors, BT, Dotson. I don't hate that. Tomorrow, I'm thinking of having the first waiver wire show of the year. I know I said I was going to do it before Vegas, and I never did it, but I also have... I kind of have a gut feeling that we're going to see. Kind of have a gut feeling that we're going to get some Aiyuk buzz tomorrow, whether it's anything concrete or not. There's a lot of people spreading rumors right now. All these freaking just, Niner Twitter accounts and Instagram accounts, and they're all putting, news like 49er news wires, series, the Niner news bulletin, the Pittsburgh Steeler, fan news. Like, everybody's just making up shit constantly, and it's always like a source is telling me. Let me tell you something, little kid. It's like the 16-year-old kid that isn't even graduated high school yet that somehow did a great job building up his Twitter and his Instagram. This kid that barely can drive, if he can even drive, is running this account, and he's saying he's got a source. According to my source. Yeah, I'm sure you've got a source, and Schefter and Rappaport and all these other people have no clue that this is going down. They're taking stabs. They're trying to put their reps on the line by just throwing mud at the wall. It's ridiculous. But there's a lot of people. There's two right now rumors going around. One, that a deal is going to get done within the next few hours, and which it could. They're taking a gamble. And then there's another person saying that they're not close, and word is that the Niners are not. They're not close in a deal, and they've discussed further. I tend to lean toward that one, but like either one could be right or wrong, and it does not have to do with these people reporting it. I can promise you that. But it might trigger somebody big to report something, and then we're gonna probably end up being be there talking about it tomorrow. But we'll have to see. What can I do here? Oh, I know what I should do here. I'm gonna take Jalen Wright. Whoops. I zoomed in too much. Sorry, Dev. He wasn't gonna make it back to you though. So yeah, tomorrow I think we'll be doing some sort of live stream like that. But I will do a week 1 preemptive waiver wire show. And hit that thumb up button, guys. We got over 100 people in here, only 36 thumbs up. We're going to talk about the players that you should be drafting and not letting hit the waiver wire to begin with. Example, Ricky Pearsall. Example, Jalen Wright. Or especially as we get deeper into this best ball draft, we'll see names that I'm going to recommend to you. But like those kind of guys I'll be throwing at you. And we'll talk about like the impact they could have right away. Which one of these players are players to monitor. And then also, from a dynasty perspective, try and give a pliable waiver wire advice to people that are in current dynasty leagues that have had their draft already, to say, like, go grab Garendo. One strategy I find kind of fun is grabbing Mitchell and Garendo, or Mitchell, Mason, Garendo, especially if you're in a league that can like put a player on a taxi squad. So you can make that work. Or if you're in a 22-man league like the Scott Fish Bowl, 22 players on your roster, you can easily draft all three of those guys in that kind of format. And if CMC goes down, you don't have to hold them all year. But if CMC were to go down or something, you would know who the guy is and you could drop the third guy. But it's kind of a strategy for people that have huge rosters. And if you have small rosters, you can't even partake in something like that. But we'll do a whole lot of waiver wire stuff tomorrow. Preemptive waiver wire show. Rock Out's on the line. Rock Out, what's up? You're live.
Yeah, can I give you my worst team?
Sure.
Let's see. Prescott, Stafford at quarterback, Gibbs, Kamara, Harris for running back, Nakua, Dell, Coleman, Mitchell, Pascal, and McBride.
I like it, McBride. Nice. Yeah, you got. That's all you got so far, right?
And then I just got Burton.
Okay. Make sure you get another tight end. Yes, sir. I like it.
Yeah, it was like super snipe city, so I wasn't even able to get Corn or Reed in the 4th or 5th round.
So there was a report out earlier. We'll probably talk about this tomorrow. I'm saving it because I don't want to go live on every Aiyuk rumor. I know we're going live on Aiyuk a lot. I will 100% go live anytime there's tangible news. But there's one rumor that so this is how a few people are mapping out the. Hold on a second. This is how.
This took great.
This is what?
I just took a Musgrave.
Oh, nice. This is how it's being mapped out. There was a $25 to $26 million offer on the table back in April or May. And keep in mind that even if the Niners were talking about something, doesn't mean they're ready to execute on said deal. They're just maybe ballparking it out and letting him know, because they make it very abundantly clear they sign their guys later on. They take care of that, after the draft and everything. So doesn't really jive some of this information, because people are acting like the Niners were actively trying to sign him before. It doesn't seem like that's ever the case. So, but the rumor is that there was a $25.5 million offer per year on the table, and Aiyuk wanted 27, and then the Niners, were like no, and then the deal didn't get done. Then what they're saying is exactly what we said would happen, and what we've been saying all along is that then the wide receiver market exploded, and then Aiyuk wanted more, but that Aiyuk had said in one of those interviews that they could have had me a lot cheaper had they just got it done. That was what's being said in regards to what Aiyuk said. So. But it sounds like $27 million was the offer that Aiyuk wanted that the Niners would not sign. And now look at them now. He wants 30, and they probably are going well above 27 now. They're probably going to 28 and a half, but it's just crazy, man. Talk about botching the situation. They really, really botched it bad.
Niner way.
The Niner way or the highway?
How's that working out for them?
The highway so far. Not very good.
No one's even on the highway.
Let's roll. Let's see. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 running backs. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wide receivers.
God damn it! I want a Henry. I want a Henry.
You what? What?
I was saying I wanted Henry so bad.
Hunter Henry?
Hunter Henry so
Why?
bad.
So bad.
Because, he actually has gotten a fair amount of TDs in the Patriots offense, historically.
Yeah, he's decent.
I was just wondering why so bad you want him so bad. His value is there, but for the Niners, I think that price tag puts the team in such a bind. Well, it's the Niners' fault, though, Michael. It's absolutely 100% their fault. This is what's so funny is, and I'm not, Niner friends galore, and I hear them talk, and it just makes me laugh, because they all say the same thing. It's like they're hearing it from the same place too, but they all say God, Aiyuk's getting greedy now. It's like you guys know you even know what's happening. He's getting greedy because the market's exploded. He asked for 27. The Niners got greedy and said no. Don't blame it on Aiyuk because he wants 30, 31 now. Don't blame that on Aiyuk. That's not Aiyuk's fault. Don't act like Aiyuk's being greedy or a diva. He wanted 27 million, and you didn't give it to him. And you're not smart enough to understand that the market is going to explode well past that. So what do? You sit on your hands. Michael agrees. I'm not yelling at Michael. But I agree with Michael that there's a point where the Niners are going to say, look, we screwed ourselves, but we can't fix this any longer. Let's trade him. And I know a lot of Niner fans are like, oh, you can't trade him. He's stuck under contract. He doesn't get what he wants. He can make us stink. He can make it uncomfortable. And not to mention what it comes down to is that if they can't franchise tag him and trade him next year, do not think for a second that they're going to assume that he has a healthy year, is valuable enough to get the tag. And then, you know what I mean? Like, you have a greater chance of being like, damn it, I don't know if anybody's going to trade for him on the tag, because the tag's going to be $29 million. Mate, we'll see how high it goes after the Jamar Chase and Lamb deals, because it's the average of the top 5 salaries. So once the top 3 salaries get into the 115 million guaranteed, 110 with JJ to 115 million guaranteed, 30 to 33 million total. I don't think franchise tagging him is going to feel wise to the Niners, who don't really use the tag like everyone else all that much in that way. I don't know that the Niners are just going to tag him and say, oh, someone's going to pay him. Because guess what? If you tag him at $29 million, no team is trading for him on the tag necessarily. They're trading for him on the tag with a contract lined up in conjunction with the trade that gets announced the moment the trade's announced. So that means that the team has to work out a deal with the player. And if the Niners sit there and go, I don't know if a team's going to want to pay him what he wants, so how do we know we're even going to get a deal done? How do we know that a team's going to be able to get him signed, and then that way they'll trade with us? And we got to sign Brock Purdy to this mega reset the market contract. So, I think that my whole point is the Niners aren't just going to say, oh, we'll franchise tag him. I think they're going to think long and hard about, let's assume that we don't even have that luxury next year. We're going to lose him. So let's get something for him now. And we already have Ricky Pearsall ready to go. That's what I think is going to happen if they don't work out a long-term deal in San Francisco. Crazy, man. Absolutely wild. My team is okay. Not feeling it. Not thinking that this is. You never know though. This could be the winner. That'd be crazy if this was the winner. You never know. My running back stable's pretty good. I mean, Breece Hall, Derrick Henry, Kamara, Benson, Wright, C.J. Stroud, Tua, Fields, really good quarterback situation. My wide receivers are not bad. I just don't know that I'm in love with the idea of Olave and Neighbors being beholden to their quarterback situations, and then I got to get them both to pop off the same week. That's where I feel like I'm a little vulnerable, to be honest, in hindsight. Chris Olave, Neighbors, Brian Thomas Jr., Jahan Dotson, Burton. It's not waiting on a wide receiver that hurt. It's just those 2 wide receivers in particular. But they're also capable of, let's say, not having as big of a year as I want, but they have pop games some spike games that end up, having me win it. So you never really know.
Yeah, in weeklies you have more of a chance of that. So
in weeklies, anyone's team can really win. It's kind of wild when you look at it and you're like, okay, that team. I could look at any one of these teams and be like, that could win 1 week. Really could.
Yeah.
It's not something where it's you don't have to be I often say I love this team that you built, Bob. I'm looking at Bob's team. I like the team you built for weeklies. I don't like it long term. But I mean, this is a team that could come together for 1 week. My squad, wide receivers, Chris Olave, Neighbors, BT, Dotson, Jermaine Burton, Jalen McMillan. So I got 2 guys that, kind of stabs that. And McMillan and Burton, that could be something special. I don't know. We shall see. Who else is on the phone line? Rock out. What's up, my guy? What else you got?
Where would you take Aiyuk as far as if he was with the Commanders?
go look at his ADP on this draft. I know this draft mirrors more of what I view Aiyuk's ADP as, to be honest with you. I know he goes like at the 2-3 turn sometimes, but like right here at 32 to 30, 31 to 36. Like, I think that's a pretty good place for him, and I much prefer him at 4.1 on, to be honest, in regular best ball. In weeklies, I don't mind, and this is where he is right now in San Francisco. Weeklies, I don't mind him here because I think he could have some big games, but if he goes to Washington, I don't think I move him into round 2, but I think I'm comfortable taking him where Nico and Waddle are going. I just think that Aiyuk with Jaden Daniels, who it's so funny because I think people have a natural tendency to think, oh, if Aiyuk goes to Washington, he's gonna get little volume because he's a rookie quarterback, and he's gonna, he's gonna kind of like pedal the ball out there a little bit, and he's just gonna run because you can't. Like, people don't realize that this guy made neighbors and in BT and had such an unbelievable wide receiver crew. Like, this is not some guy that doesn't. This guy throws for 4,000 yards and runs for 1,000 yards. It's wild that people are even like scared of him as the option.
Yeah.
Go Jelani Woods. What do I need here? I need one more receiver, I guess. Like, this is the exact kind of guy you want thrown to Brandon Aiyuk. Not only are they former teammates in college, best friends, rapport to the moon, guys that'll go to war for each other. Like, this is the exact kind of quarterback you want thrown to Aiyuk. I think Aiyuk has a better career under JD5 than Brock Purdy. Especially with the way the Niners want to use Aiyuk, which is like 70 to 80 receptions a year.
He'll get over 100 with Washington.
Yeah. I will agree with the comment. Someone said they can't believe how late Brock Purdy goes sometimes. I don't disagree with you. I think he goes in a pretty cool area where if you want to gamble on him, where'd he go in this draft? 9th round. Seems actually earlier than normal. Maybe by a tad. But, I mean, Brock Purdy anywhere in like a 10 on feels pretty good value. I don't hate that. But I don't think he's a top 5 quarterback. So it's not like somebody's getting... I mean, look, the guy had a remarkable year last year statistically, and let's count the quarterbacks on the board that are going ahead of him. Josh Allen, Hurts, Mahomes, AR5, Lamar, Kyler, Stroud, Burrow, Love, Dak, Jaden Daniels. I mean, you're talking about Brock Purdy being a QB 11, 12, 13. So clearly the rest of the world does not feel he's a top 5 quarterback. It's kind of funny. Like when I went on I went on Instagram Live to talk to the Niner boys, and it's like being in Bizarro world. It's so funny. I'm like, who would you rather have, Brock Purdy or Josh Allen? They're all, Brock Purdy. Oh my God, are you an idiot? And they're just like they're like they think they're attacking me. I don't care. I'm just laughing because I ended up saying Hurts is better than Purdy, and they're laughing so hard. They're like, Hurts better than Purdy. Oh my God, Hurts is figured out. He's so bad. And they were just laughing the whole chat, like there were like 200 people in there. They're all just laughing and laughing. I mean, I had my people in there, but 200 new people joined in because Raj came in. And then when I said, come on, let's get real. Let's talk about Josh Allen. Would you really not trade Brock Purdy for Josh Allen? They're like, no way. And they're just like laughing. They're like, Josh Allen, he chokes every year. He can't win the big game. I'm like, well, what did the Niners do last year? Do you remember? Did they win it? I don't think so. They almost choked every round. They tried to choke away at every round. And I'm not a Niner hater at all. I'm just laughing because it's like the goggles on these guys are just unbelievable. Imagine thinking Josh Allen was lesser than Brock Purdy. That's just wild. Like, Brock Purdy's a good top 10, top 12 QB. And I told him, I said, look, this is no disrespect. I'm trying to give him his flowers as best as I can because I know I'm in a room full of Niner people. But I just said, like he's Jared Goff. He's good. He's a good quarterback. I'm not trying to belittle Brock Purdy. He's a little bit smarter than Goff, too. Like, he's a smart quarterback. And what I mean by that is he comes into this situation and he comes in a situation, gets shoved in, and he knows everything. Like, the playbook, front and back. It's almost as if, like, he knew he was going in, and somebody said, I got the Gray's book sports almanac from Back to the Future, and Purdy, you're getting stats in week number whatever. And he goes, really? I better start studying this playbook. This guy knew everything. He knew everything. His pocket navigation was flawless. So, like, Purdy's very smart. I really like his character. I like his intelligence. I like his mobility. I like his pocket presence. His arm is good. It's not great. It's good. He's got a nice ball. But he's not a top 5, 6, 7 quarterback. There's just no room for it. It's not a knock on him. It's not being mean. It's not being biased. It's you can't fit him in to the Strouds. And man, they lost it when I said AR5. They're like, AR5? What are you doing? They didn't even think it was like I was speaking a different language. They were like, how do you bring AR5? He's trash. They just have no clue. I'd take AR5 over Brock Purdy in a heartbeat. I think anyone with a non-Niner mind, like no goggles, no. I mean, good God! Like, imagine thinking that AR5's not going to become an absolute force. You put AR5 behind that Niners offensive line. I'm sorry, not the offensive line. Inside that offensive scheme, and Shanahan would have to tweak it. But you put him in that offense, and Shanahan would have a field day with him. This would be the most remarkable quarterback. I mean, he's pretty good with Shane Steichen. I'm not wanting him to leave or anything. But man, can you imagine what AR5 would do in an even different offense?
Well, he'll try and mess him up like Lance.
Garendo is cooked. Why do you say that? I don't know why you're saying that. $10 hauler from Superfish, just drafted with Rockout, Ray G. Mahomes, Levis, Brees, Henry, Monty, Connor. Mahomes, Levis, Brees, Henry. Like the Brees Henry. I like the Mahomie. I love the Hollywood Brown, Jaden Reed, JSN, Lockett. That's good. Good squad there, Superfish. Thank you for the $10 hauler. I like that. I like that you went heavy running back like I did. I don't hate my team. I think I did. For going heavy running back, I think my team looked pretty good. The Brees Hall, Henry, Olave, Neighbors. I don't know. You know what I'm bummed about is not being able to get the Matrix in a weeklies because Achan and Kyron are both going around 2 in weeklies. So you can't get the Matrix, but it is what it is. AR5 is going to be a dog. Yes, he is. All right, boys. I don't mean to call it so short tonight. I'm exhausted. I'll be back tomorrow with the Week 1 Waiver Wire preemptive show. I'll also obviously be live at 8 p.m. And I might be doing a Dynasty show as well. So get ready for that. The Waiver Wire show will probably be a pre-recorded premiere and then an additional live stream if there's any breaking news, and then the 8 p.m. show. So potentially 3 videos, 2 live streams tomorrow.
Yep.
All right, boys. Anything? Anybody got anything real quick?
Yeah, you remember Raj tried to compare JD5 to Trey Lance?
I don't quite remember. In all honesty, I love Trey Lance a lot, and I'm not ashamed of that. I'm not. I know that I'll never be able to prove it, but I think there was a window. And honestly, I don't even know that he would have done what he needed to do the year he You know, that final year where Purdy took over, and just because like his window was prior to that, his window was really as a rookie when he won that playoff implication game, and then they just handed the reins back over to Jimmy G because he was injured, and Trey Lance had shown a lot of growth and promise. The moment, and even Raj and C-Mac and Vlad on the IG live streams, I would always say, once you put him in, you cannot take him out. And I agree with that 100% when they said it. And what did they do? They put him in. He won. He got them into the playoffs. There was a playoff implicating game. And then they took him out for Jimmy Garoppolo. And then what do? They just continue. They were going to get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo. Then they don't. Now Jimmy's there. And, you know, Trey Lance gets injured because he's run up the gut like he is AR5 and he's not AR5. I mean, he's a good running quarterback, but he's not Cam Newton. He's not Josh Allen. He's not AR5. He was not a, rush up the middle design play quarterback. And Shanahan got him hurt, and he didn't trust him. He didn't open up the playbook to him. He just never got him going, and he was raw. There was a lot of Trey Lance that had to develop on the fly, and it sounds like a joke now because Trey Lance busted. He fizzled out. He's in Dallas. Maybe he climbs up and maybe Dak gets hurt or something crazy happens. I'm not wishing that. I don't want injury to Dak. But like maybe he comes out of the gate and it was some remarkable story. But I mean, it doesn't feel like that's in the cards, you never know. But I'm not ashamed for liking Trey Lance. I love Trey McBride. But
I'm kind of in.
What?
Good.
What?
Okay, so I'm kind of in because like he just hadn't played that many games before coming into the league. Like people can have whatever opinion they want to on him. There just wasn't tape. Then he didn't play that many games with the 40. Did he get screwed? Yes, but like he was just a weird situation from start to even before they drafted him.
He was, but if you're gonna draft somebody that high, what was it, number 3 overall, 3 or 4? When you draft somebody that high, you have to start them week 1. You have to start them.
Yeah, if you're gonna marry the girl, you got to treat her like you married her. Like I agree with that point. Like they screwed him over. He might have been like the most screwed over quarterback ever, but like he was always a.
I don't care how many games he's played though. Like it didn't really matter to me. They committed to him, and they should have played him, and they didn't, and so that's on them. And then there's a window that closes, to where he's so raw and inexperienced that you throw him in as a rookie, and he falters. It's not going to affect his psyche. It's not going to affect his development. He's learning, but once he's been in the league and you put cobwebs on the kid, when he didn't, like you said. The pandemic, there was so much time he hadn't played football for. Then you sit him on your bench, you throw cobwebs on him again, and he's sitting out. He hasn't played football in forever at that point. And then you ask him to go out there and he gets hurt, and then it was just you draft a player. The same thing goes for everybody but Penix Jr. because you got Kirk Cousins there right now. But you draft a guy like in the top 10. Even Drake May and McCarthy, part of me thinks they should start but I think because those teams aren't necessarily, in my opinion, going to win big this year. Like you have the luxury of saying, let's do it in week 3 or 4 or something like that. And you might have a better draft pick because of it, and you'll be able to support that quarterback later a little bit better. So there's like some reasons behind it. But at the end of the day, if you draft somebody, especially in the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 overall, you better start them. This is not back in the day where you sit Mahomes for a year. That's not even that long ago. We're talking about today in 2024. You don't draft a player, or in 2023 or 2024, or 2022. You don't draft a player in the top 3 or 4 and not play them, especially when the player standing in the way is Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo is what made you not start your player that you drafted 3 or 4. Was it 3 or 4? I think it's 3. I mean, that's
it was 3.
Asinine.
3.
Jimmy Garoppolo. I come on here every day practically and say Jimmy Garoppolo is not even a top 32 quarterback. And then all the Niner fans be like, oh my God, he's so good. I can't believe you said that. Smitty says he's not a top 32 quarterback. He's our beloved Jimmy Garoppolo. Oh, he's not here anymore? Screw Jimmy. Who's our guy? Purdy. Purdy, our beloved Purdy. He's a top 5 quarterback. Oh, God. All right, boys. I got to go. Appreciate you.
All right.
Yeah,
see ya.
appreciate you.
All right, later,
Okay,
Travis.
good night.
You got anything, Travis? Okay, later, guys. All right. Appreciate you all. Thanks for drafting with me. Underdog Fantasy. Link is pinned in the live chat. Promo code Smitty. Do it live. Don't forget about my thefantasyfootballshow.com. Get your year-round fantasy football content, rankings, bold predictions, trade calculator, video courses, which more video courses to be added this weekend. Appreciate you all. And don't forget to get on over to the Patreon, which is the best place to continue the live conversation that you're having right here in the live chat. All the same people are practically over there, and they're over there right away. They're like just talking. Like as soon as this is over, they'll be over there now. Look, I'm going to send a message right now to the people in the Patreon. And whenever I do a show, I alert people in here. It's another way of getting notifications. I alert people. And anyone have thoughts on tonight's topics? There, boom. I just posted it in there. And so we're all chatting in there constantly. Here's the link for the Patreon. Hit it, do it live. Join the Patreon. There it is. Join the Patreon. And the first 200 people, and this will probably be good until, we'll say tomorrow night for right now. It'll probably be good. The first 200 people to join are going to make it into the 242-man league. 11 leagues of 22 people. Best ball. Very strange format. The winners of each of the 11 leagues will go into a normal scoring and format Dynasty Startup League for 2025. All of which gets drafted live on the channel. So you get to be a part of a live draft on the channel. Appreciate you all. See you tomorrow. Dallas drafting Shedeur Sanders. I mean, it's not that easy. They got to get the pick, bro. And they're not going to get the pick organically. They got to trade for it. And usually teams that are the worst teams in the league, they're the worst because they have no quarterback. So the Giants might get the one pick. They're not trading it. You know, the Raiders could get the second pick and they're not trading it. I mean, maybe a team grabs that or gets that one pick through I'll have to look at the draft picks that were traded. Kind of like the Cardinals had the Texans and their draft pick. Yeah, I mean, I truly think that you're going to see the Raiders or the Giants get them. And they're not going to trade it away. So how's Dallas going to get it? Dallas has got a tough, it's a tall order for them to get the 1 or the 2 pick. That's why Dallas needs to re-sign Dak. There's just no other option. See you all tomorrow. Appreciate you. Thank you for the super chats. We had any gifted memberships tonight. Thank you, Ron Navy, for the gifted memberships earlier. And then the super chats tonight. Appreciate it from Superfish and Riley. You absolutely rock. I'll see you all tomorrow.
Your Bijan card has been revoked.